Well, howdy y'all. Welcome to another exciting episode of Topless Tom's Garage. Today, I've decided I need some patio furniture and I don't want to go pay for it. So, with a small investment and a little bit of raw wood, I'm gonna build something. Just a little two-person cedar sofa. I think it's gonna turn out just fine. All right, so step one is figure out what kind of sofa you want to build. I'll put a little graphic up on the screen of something I'm just gonna emulate. You literally just go on Wayfair and they have all the specifications as far as measurements are concerned for pretty much every piece of patio furniture they have. So instead of spending $1,000 on something, you can spend 150 bucks on wood and maybe 100 bucks on cushions and have something that looks exactly the same and is actually built pretty well because you built it. Hopefully you don't suck at building stuff. All right, so let me get you up to speed with where I'm at right now. So far, how do I change this around? So far, I've decided to go with a very clean modern concept. So I'm gonna have large rectangles on both sides, and then I'm gonna have these runners that are mounted about halfway up, we'll say. And then I'll have a slat for the bench, and the back is gonna look very similar to this slatted back. I have another one of these going right across the front. So it's gonna be a very, kind of timeless design that should hold up really well and support a lot of weight. Yeah, supporting a lot of weight. I weigh 260 pounds, so it's gonna hold me, plus another person. What are you gonna need to do these things? Well, first off, you're gonna need wood. I went and got 5 boards of just poplar 1x3, 8 foot, and then I got 3 boards of 10 foot 1x4. Same wood, you kind of want it to match, and we can stain it afterwards, make it look like whatever we want. I'll probably just put a little finish on it and be done. You're gonna need your Chopsaw, that thing right there in the background. You're gonna need a handy tape measure and a pencil, as you see right there. And this should take you a couple of hours, as long as you know how to add and subtract and make even cuts, should be fine. I am gluing and screwing together. That's a very important distinction. I'm using wood glue, very important. And I'm also using pocket screws, which are these little insets right here. And that's gonna give me a very, very strong bond and a strong, tight situation on every single one of these corners. And you could fill them in if you want, but I kind of like the look of them. And this will be able to support a lot of weight. After I get the other one of these made up, then I can actually start putting everything together. I will pre-drill all the sides, so it's important that you pre-drill before you start sinking some screws in there, because you don't want things to crack. And last of all, after everything's assembled, I'll do a nice sand down and I'll make a decision on what kind of finish I want to use. So stay tuned. All right, so the next step is these are your support braces for the bottom. I measured just under halfway between top and bottom because the back is actually gonna start here, not back there, because who wants to sit on a perfectly 90 thing? So it's gonna connect, the back piece is gonna connect from here all the way through there and probably up to about there. So if my total distance is 25.5, then I pretty much just went with 12.5. And that is the distance from the center line of this to the ground. I used no pocket screws this time. I used some nice stainless hardware. Once I sand and finish, it'll look really, really pretty. And then on these bottom pieces, I'll probably do the same thing because it'll give it a little bit more rigidity, a little bit more strength than the pocket screws. And yes, you want to use glue. Anywhere you got wood on wood, put some glue in there. Never go wrong. Not to be skipping ahead too much, but I forgot to hit record when I was doing some stuff. So, no big deal, because I've essentially finished it, and I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I did it, what I did. Yeah, hopefully you guys like it. All right, so here's our base. I originally had only 3 large slats, and I added the 2 smaller ones to give me an extra little bit of support. The back is what you saw in that screenshot just a moment ago. And mounting them was just a combination of, I needed to shim just a little bit on both sides. And I'll clean that up before I finish. And then pocket screw to hold the back in place. I don't know if it's gonna hold really well, not very well. I don't know, entirely, who knows. So now I'll sand it and figure out what I wanna do to finish it. Maybe a nice walnut color, just because I already have some stain. And then do a combination of polyurethane and more polyurethane. So that's a little outdoor sofa for you. Time to find some cushions. Next up, sand it, 220. Until it is very smooth. And then you can decide to stain it, or like I'm gonna do, simply put some finish on it. Okay, so the finish that I'm using is Osmo Poly-X, and this is wax impregnated polyurethane finish. And I've already done the specified number of coats on this, and as you can see, it did darken the wood just slightly. Not too bad. It's actually, I think, even more attractive now than it was before without. And you'll notice it just looks perfect. You know, it doesn't leave any residue, it doesn't make it shiny. You know, I obviously went with the satin, but it just gives it a very nice look and feel. So now that I've completed the finish on this, I have to wait for a few hours. I did find some cushions, and that will be the next video that you see. Pretty stoked with the cushions that I found. Went for a navy and a green. So without further ado, this is what I came up with. And I feel like I'll probably get 2 more pillows that are white, but overall, it's a pretty nice look. Very modern. Don't mind all these screws. Yeah. So that's it for me on this project. Make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I think that's what YouTubers do. Why not? I'm sure I'll be building more stuff soon, and can't wait to see you guys out there.